I'm a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, hopefully a good friend.
Meet Linda Hunt, an award-winning baker, author, and entrepreneur from DeWitt, Michigan. In this next hour, prepare to be dazzled by her vintage charm as you learn how to can, make hand pies, and decorate Sweetie-licious style. I'm Susie Elkins. Stay tuned as Linda and I give you an opportunity to bring home her cookbook, recipes, or a certificate for one of her amazing pies.
Dinner's ready! Come on! I'm Linda Hunt, owner of Sweetie-licious Bakery Cafes. I'm married to my love, John, and we have two wonderful daughters, Ellie and Betsy. I've been blessed with talents for baking and business, and I truly believe that you can change the world one pie at a time. As the owner of a growing business, sometimes the responsibilities to make sure that it's a success can be overwhelming. That's why no matter what you choose to do in life, it's important to make time to slow things down, simplify where you can, and above all, cherish time with your family and friends. This weekend we are hosting a farm-to-table dinner. Although there's a lot of cooking, baking, and preparation to do, I love creating special memories like these. So I grew up in Lansing. I had a great childhood. I really did. My parents were both teachers, so we had the summers off. So we would go camping up north, which I absolutely loved, on Lake Michigan. And then we would go to my Aunt Margie's house. We would stay a whole week and we would pick raspberries and we would can and we would help on her farm and bake, and I absolutely loved that. I really connected the whole baking love thing when my twin sister and I got our Easy Bake Oven. It was Christmas, I believe, 1968. So I was about 5 or 6. And it was so exciting. My sister Laura and I would bake little pies and cookies, and then my brothers kind of came out of the woodwork, and all of a sudden they liked me when there were little cookies and pies to be eaten, and I really connected the love and the baking, and I loved it. I graduated from Michigan State in elementary education, and there were no teaching jobs at the time. Got married. I actually married my high school sweetheart. John and I were on our honeymoon in Cape Cod in 1985, and there was a little pie shop in Woods Hole, actually, and it was called Pie in the Sky, and John and I went in and had a piece of pie, and I said, this is what I want to do someday. I don't know how I'm going to do it, I don't know how we'll have the money to do it, but I want to do this someday. John started a business, but the timing wasn't right. I was pregnant with my first daughter, and his business had failed, so I needed a job right away. So I ended up in politics, which is completely not who I am. But I met wonderful people, still some of my dearest friends to this day. And actually I ended up kind of honing my baking skills at the time, because one of the ways to get through, for me, a job that wasn't really fulfilling was to cook and bake. Every night I would come home. It was always canning or making pies, and I was always taking them into work. So I remember one of my girlfriends there said, Linda, when are you going to quit this and be the next Martha Stewart? And I said, I don't know. How could I ever do that? 20-some years later, I did. It was a lot of soul searching and a lot of kind of figuring out that I really did have a talent to cook and bake, and that I had a talent to love people. So I ended up putting it all together and realizing that I not only had to do it for me, but I felt like I had to do it for my family and my girls and for other people to enjoy Sweetylicious. I always dreamed of having a farmhouse. We finally found our dream home in DeWitt. The farmhouse is a little over 2 acres. It's 122 years old, and it is my little slice of heaven. When I drive up into my driveway, all the stress of the day that happens to us all just radiates out of my body, and all goodness and loveliness comes in, and I'm so happy, really so happy. Just looking at the farm and seeing all the old trees that have been here forever, and sitting on this front porch that's been here forever, and thinking of all the people and that enjoyed it just like I have. The farm itself is super therapeutic, and the beautiful thing about it is not just me, our whole family feels that way. Coming up, Ellie and Betsy share some of their childhood memories. We visit a farm market, and the girls help me can old-fashioned spicy bread and butter pickles.
And I'm here now with Linda Hunt, award-winning baker and author and owner of the cutest little pie shops in all the world. Right, Linda?
Yes, they are. We have one in DeWitt, which you all have been to, and in Grand Rapids, and now East Grand Rapids.
Well, those shops are certainly extra special, but you know what? This program is all about Linda's family life, home life here on the farmette, as she likes to call it. So in this program, you're going to get to meet her immediate family and her extended family and friends as they cook a meal together. We're so excited.
Thank you, and I'm so happy to have you and all of you to share our wonderful little farmette life with all of you.
And you're going to want to stay tuned as Linda and her family prepare a very special meal with fresh ingredients straight from the garden. Sweetylicious Slice of Life is truly a celebration of all things simple, natural, and created with love. If you share those values, then do your part by making a contribution to your public broadcasting station by calling the number on the screen or visiting the website. We have some amazing thank you gifts just for you when you do. Let's take a look.
Enjoy some Sweetylicious thank you gifts for your support of public television. For a $60 membership, you may receive recipe cards for the food and treats featured in this program, including herb roasted chicken, garden cucumber and onion salad, Sweetylicious mac and cheese, spicy bread and butter pickles, Linda's delicious blueberry basil freezer jam, and more. For your membership of $90, you may receive recipes for all of the food and treats featured in this program and a gift certificate for a Sweetylicious pie. Choose from a variety of Linda's delicious fruit and cream pies, including cherry, apple, banana cream, pecan, and pumpkin cheesecake. Linda truly believes in the ability of pies to spread goodwill, one delicious bite at a time. Her cookbook, Sweetylicious Pies, Eat Pie, Love Life, can be yours for a membership gift of $175. Linda shares the heartwarming stories behind 52 of her signature pies. From classic to innovative, each delicious recipe is designed to inspire you to make what are sure to become your own family favorites. A membership at this level also includes the food and treats recipe cards, and as an added bonus, your book will be personally signed by Linda. And for a membership in the amount of $240, you may choose to receive The Works, Linda's cookbook, the food and treats recipe cards, and a gift certificate for a delicious Sweetylicious pie. Gift certificates are good through October 31st, 2015 and are redeemable on most pies. Pies may be picked up at Linda's Sweetylicious Bakery cafes in DeWitt or Grand Rapids. You must call ahead to place an order. Some pies are seasonal. For a full list of available pies, visit the Sweetylicious website.
So, as if planning a party isn't exciting enough, you had a television crew following you around for a week or so. What was that like?
Oh, it was so crazy and so fun, Susie. I was really thrilled when you all asked me to do this, especially because it's PBS and it's what, I grew up watching and what my girls grew up watching. It's near and dear to us, and I knew that you would make the show real and right and make it the way it's supposed to be. So I so appreciate you guys making sure that this farm lifestyle is fun and easy and real.
Well, it is absolutely real, and that's what I love so much about you, Linda, when we first met. Everybody asks me every so often after our last special, is she really like that? And she is so genuine and sweet, and the whole family is too, and you're all going to get to meet them. And the girls are coming home. They're coming home, and they're going to show you how to can pickles. That's right. And they're even going to give us a tour of what it was like to grow up Sweetylicious style.
I have two sweetest pie daughters, Ellie and Betsy, and I'm so excited that they're coming home this weekend. It's always so special when your family's all together.
Betsy is the sweetest, most nurturing, empathetic person, but she has an element of sass to her. So she's very sweet, but she's sassy. She's like a Sour Patch Kid. Also our favorite candy.
Ellie is probably the funniest person I've ever met, and she's always good at making sure everyone's happy, no matter where I am at. She's always texting me or calling me to make sure I'm doing well. She's just always so sweet to everyone. I'm 4.
It's so cute. Thanks, Beth. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate coming back here and just remembering my childhood. However many years I lived here growing up.
There was never a boring day here, ever. It was like vacation, but every day.
I would say magical. I mean, that's a word I would describe as growing up, and I can't wait someday to have my kids come, to Grandma and Grandpa's and be able to play in the greenery and play outside and in the barn. We really had it made here. My mom always made things special for us.
I believe, and my husband John believes, that the most important thing that you can give your children and should give your children is a happy childhood. And that doesn't mean that it's perfect, and it doesn't mean that you spoil them and give them everything that they want, but it means that you give them love and you give them a security, a family. You make sure that they have everything that they need to be everything that they should be. One of my favorite places is in the granary, and when I walked into that little granary, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the playhouse for my girls.
So this is our granary. This is our playhouse where we spent probably about 75% of our childhood just having make-believe games, mostly an ongoing, continuous, olden day game that we would play. Mostly just me and Betsy, but sometimes our friends, sometimes our cousins would be over too, so come on in.
So this is the living room. This is where we spent most of our time because it's in the middle of the greenery.
You could use this area for a lot of different make-believe games. One of our main ones was orphanage boarding school. And this was kind of just the hubbub because you could fit more people in here, so you could do a lot of things. One of our very favorite parts of this room, if you'll come over here, is the hidden little trap door here. So you could lift this up and put things down here, and we just thought this was the coolest.
We had special little
little tin boxes filled with things. It was always a secret, and people would come over and you'd have to hide the rug so nobody could see.
This is the nursery. This is where obviously our little baby dolls would sleep, and it was kind of more of a scary room.
This room is a little bit darker. We didn't spend as much time here, although I did take a couple naps on the bed.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is our kitchen, where we obviously spend a lot of time pretending we were my mom. It was always olden days, because that was always the games we played, and Betsy would always go milk out the cow that we didn't have.
Or wash the clothes with the washboard. It was very cool.
Yeah, and a lot of times we would take the apples and peaches or rhubarb or whatever we had growing around the farm and mash it up and pretend it was this miraculous meal that we had made.
We would make our parents eat it.
But let's go check out the schoolhouse, 'cause that's pretty cool. School time! Here's the schoolhouse where we spend a lot of time in the greenery. This is the outfits that we would wear all the time growing up too.
Same bonnets.
Literally the same bonnets we had when we were little. And we got a lot of inspiration from Little House on the Prairie, which was basically the only show. It was like the hour of TV that we could watch during the summer, although we snuck in some music videos here and there on VH1. But so basically we got like old desks and our chalkboard here. I was normally the teacher, and there was always like a good side and a bad side.
I never got to be teacher.
She wasn't really a teacher, but she sat in the dunce cap spot quite a bit.
Okay. So that's our greenery.
We really hope you enjoyed the tour. We had so much fun showing you guys.
Bye.
Bye.